Hi, I'm Vinny Mac. In this video I'm going to talk about the difference between the blue pill, the red pill, and the black pill. And for those of you who may not be familiar with this terminology, basically these three pills represent different belief systems regarding the dating world. I'll talk about all three of them, and from there you can decide which of these three pills that you want to take. Stay tuned. Let's start with the blue pill. This is where guys are told what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. This is where you'll get dating advice such as, just be yourself, or just have a good personality, or that it's not about looks at all. They will tell you with a straight face that looks play a minimal role at best. You'll hear a lot of blue pill talk from females in particular. They don't want to admit to being superficial. Only men have that reputation. So girls would rather say something that sounds kind, even though it's not honest. Girls will say, oh, I don't care what he looks like, he just needs to make me laugh, be a gentleman, and have a good personality, and so on. You'll also hear blue pill talk from guys who are already in the top 20% in terms of looks. Because they were born with good looks and got lucky with their genetics, it's a lot easier for them to believe the whole just be yourself and not realize that that advice does not work for everyone. Let me show you an example of the blue pill in action. This is a video from the channel Muscle Monsters. Yeah, this guy is going to tell you that looks don't matter. That's like Elon Musk telling you that money isn't everything. Roll the clip.
A study analyzed answers from 68,000 people in 180 countries and found that personality was the most important quality in a man.
Oh yeah? I wonder what their study showed when they interviewed schools of fish on how to fish. Women lie. Of course they'll say personality matters most, but their actions speak louder than words. In my previous video, I showed how good-looking guys with even the most horrendous criminal histories were able to get over 300 matches per week on Tinder. Clearly, personality is irrelevant when it comes to sexual attraction.
With 89.9% of women considering kindness a very important trait.
Kindness? Kindness? Kindness?
What a pile of shit.
There are many other qualities that you should focus on instead, like being supportive and kind. When it comes to being attractive, personality is key.
These sound like traits that women should have, and these days are getting rarer to see in them.
Physical attractiveness didn't even make it to the top of the list. However, one physical feature stood out more than the rest. An attractive smile is what most women find attractive.
Notice how he didn't highlight long-term partner. That's a key distinction to make, because in reality, girls will have short-term flings with guys they are actually attracted to. As soon as her SMV begins to decline and she's ready to settle, then yes, perhaps those other factors will play more of a role at that point. Along with a huge laundry list of other things, by the way, which I also talk about in my previous video. Anyway, can you imagine if anyone with half a brain cell actually believed any of this blue pill nonsense?
An attractive smile is what most women find attractive.
Did you hear that, Steve? All you have to do is smile and just be your kind self, and chicks will be all over you, dude. And with a smile like that, you're gonna have to beat them off with a stick, bro. You are also worried about losing some weight? Ha! Don't you know that big is beautiful nowadays? You know what? I'm gonna find a goal for you right now. You'll see. This is gonna be great.
1 hour later.
Oh boy, this is gonna be love at first sight. I can tell already. Stacy, I'd like you to meet Steve. Check out his smile. Eh? Wait, what's wrong?
Denied.
So yeah, the blue pill is just a bunch of lies. Don't fall for it. The truth is, a girl will know in less than 2 seconds whether or not she wants to hop in the sack with you. The same thing goes for guys. It's just that the blue pill pretends that this is not the case for women. Now, before we move on to the red and black pills, I first need to discuss the history of dating and how it has transformed over time. There are 3 separate time periods of dating history. There's the ancient dating market, then the modern dating market before we had internet and smartphones, and then we have today's dating market. Dating has always been an exchange of needs between men and women. Men primarily look to mate with young, attractive women, as that would ensure healthy offspring. Women, in turn, sought strong and wealthy men, as that ensured the protection and survival of the offspring. So a strong man who had plenty of resources would be considered a great catch. Good looks would be a nice bonus, but it didn't matter as much as being strong and wealthy. But over time, as social systems have expanded, the government started to become the provider of resources and protection. You don't need Husband Sam anymore when you have Uncle Sam. Also, women started to enter the workforce and earn their own money. Now, strength and wealth will still be desired characteristics in a man, but they are no longer a necessity that women look for. And since women are working, men will have to be even more successful financially, because let's face it, do you think a woman would respect a guy who makes less than she does? Then there's the invention of the birth control pill. Now, sex can just be a fun activity rather than something that we do for the purpose of procreation. So now, a man's looks, which was lower on the priority list for women before, is now quickly starting to climb higher up on that list. However, this was still the age before the internet and smartphones. Women still craved attention, and they did not yet have easy access to a constant onslaught of it. Plus, by nature, women did not make the first move. Therefore, this is where the PUA advice of learning game and approaching women with confidence could be useful for any guys interested in getting with a girl. And then we have today's dating market. We have feminism that tells you that men and women are exactly the same, that if a guy can sleep around without negative social repercussions, then so should women. This current age of feminism actually encourages women to be promiscuous and be proud of sleeping around and having a high body count. And with social media came quick and easy access to male attention. A girl doesn't even have to leave the house. She can just post a quick video of herself dancing in her bedroom, and she'll get thousands of likes, comments, and donations from thirsty simps. And of course, it's much easier for guys to anonymously click like and comment on a woman's video than it would be for them to approach her in real life. Women are also told that they should never settle. And with women's overblown entitlement complex, only the absolute best is good enough for women these days. So in summary, this is the recipe for disaster that is the current dating market. First, we have big government. Husband Sam is no longer needed for his strength and resources. She now has Uncle Sam for that. And with alimony and child support, men are actually more valuable to women when they are not together. Birth control. Sex can now be just a fun activity with a much lower risk of pregnancy. Feminism and the rise of female promiscuity. Women are encouraged to sleep around. No more social stigma. This naturally leads to the hookup culture that we see today. Social media. Women can quickly and easily get male attention while it's easier for men to give her that attention. This inflates women's ego. Online dating apps. Women now have access to a much larger network of guys to select from. Even relatively unattractive girls get a lot of matches. Not only that, but with the plethora of men that are on these apps, a woman can swipe left on you simply because she didn't like the kind of shorts that you were wearing. Once again, inflating their egos even further. And then we have the dual dating strategy. The common dating strategy for women nowadays is to sleep around with the best looking guys that they can find. Now they would love it if any of these guys will also commit to her, but guess what? These guys have no reason to commit to her. She gave Chad sex right away. And he has a whole bunch of other girls who are ready and willing to do the exact same thing. Why would he want to give that up and commit to any one particular girl when he has a whole harem of girls at his beck and call that he can just smash and dash at any time? This is one reason why girls shouldn't give it up so easily. So then what happens eventually is that when she's no longer a spring chicken, she's going to have to settle for a guy who does want a serious relationship and wants to be a provider for her. So there are two types of guys in the girl's eyes. The ones they are actually sexually attracted to, then there are the ones who will commit to her, but she won't find sexually attractive. Maybe, just maybe, if women weren't so promiscuous and they actually made sure that they really got to know the guy first and made sure that he desires her in more than just a sexual way, and she does all this before they start knocking boots, not after, then maybe there wouldn't be so many women with hurt feelings thinking that all men are scum. Because while the girl's in her 20s, she has all these options. And as she gets older, these options will dwindle. So girls should date with intent while they're young, but they don't do that. Women know how to get a man. It's the easiest thing for them to do. But these days, they are clueless on how to keep a man. So I implore you, gentlemen, don't be the beta provider who picks up the pieces of her poor decisions. And don't be a simp who inflates her ego. Now let's get into the red and black pills. On the one hand, you have the red pill that basically says that if you build your confidence or learn game, that you'll have a good chance even if your looks aren't the greatest. But the black pill states that it's primarily your genetics, factors like your face and your height that carry the most weight by far. Now I think we can all safely say that the blue pill is wrong, but there seems to be two different schools of thought when talking about the black pill in relation to the red pill. Some say that the black pill is a more nihilistic version of the red pill, like the red pill is truth, but the black pill just takes it too far. But others say that the black pill is a truer version of the red pill. That is, they see the pills in sort of a spectrum, that the blue pill is absolutely false, that the red pill is closer to the truth, and the black pill is the absolute truth. But I say that both the red and the black pills have their place depending on what we're talking about. If we're talking about online dating apps or if we're talking about short-term flings, then yes, it's a black pill world. After all, your confidence and your personality really doesn't have a chance to show. It's 100% looks here. But if we're talking about in-person interactions or longer-term relationships, then the red pill can come into play more. But even then, you still have to look the part to a fair degree. But the thing is, in today's world, more and more people are using dating apps and fewer people need to meet face to face. And these days, it's very easy for a girl to just pick up her phone and download that app. It's just a few taps away. So the red pill may have been great before the age of the internet and smartphones, but the black pill is getting to be more and more prevalent. But this isn't necessarily bad news for those of you guys who are still looking to date. Of course, if you already have good looks, then you're on easy street. If you don't, then just improve it. Honestly, improving your looks would be way easier than learning game anyway. You don't have to worry about what you have to say or how to say it or any of that crap. And if you're like me and you decide to opt out of the dating world, I still highly suggest improving your looks. This is good life advice in general. Sure, it may help you attract more women, but it goes beyond that. The better you look, the easier life will be for you in general. You get treated better in general. This may not sound fair, but it is what it is. Humans are simply hardwired to favor more attractive people. You can either let this bother you or do something to improve yourself. You should also improve your looks for yourself. When you improve your looks, you feel better about yourself. And beyond aesthetics, leaning down to a lower body fat percentage and building muscle is great for your health. So gentlemen, let me know which of these 3 pills you've decided to take. And are you MGTOW, or are you still hoping to find that special someone even in today's dating market? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, I'm out.